Hey, what's up everybody? It's Pickups Vid 3, and this one I'm going to show you that knife I was talking about in the last video, but just got back from GameStop an hour ago and earned myself another gift card for 25 bucks through them, my e-rewards program, so down there and got Duke Nukem Forever on the PS3. It's one I've been wanting to pick up, and guys want to know what got me into first-person shooters? It was Duke Nukem 3D, the original. Absolutely loved that game and played it to death back in the day on my computer. So to have it on PS3 now, way cool. On this knife, I got it set up here under a light and got my camera set on low light, so hopefully it will pick up most of the detail, as in some of it on this is really, really intricate on where they've carved into the metal. But should be able to pick up a lot of it, hopefully. So put this on hold. Anyways, this is the knife that I got. I picked it up on Sunday at my swap meet. And I'll give you the price that I paid and possibly what this thing may be worth, as in the heart attack price, after I show it off to you, tell you what it is. Anyways, this is a Moroccan Jambiya, and it was a little bit weird trying to look this one up to get information on it, let alone pictures and stuff, as in they differ between regions of that area or whatever, or villages or whatever. As in, not all of them look alike. They are all handmade. As in, everything on this, including all that beautiful shit, was done by hand. And that is just... it isn't picking it up that good, but good enough, I guess, man. All I can say is find some pictures of them. You can see some nice close-up pics to really see the detail, because whoever did this, man, this has got to be one of their master works, as in they put in a lot of tool work into that. And what makes this one stand out from some of the others that I saw for sale when I finally found an antique store that sells this kind of stuff online, or just knife type store. All that on this side, including on the butt of the handle there, is silver that has been laid on top of brass and then all carved out. And on this, they didn't just carve out the silver and all this intricate leaf work and blossom type work and everything. Kind of see there. Stupid camera. This camera sucks. Trying to change that up a bit and see if it will focus in a little better. This is pathetic. There we go, a little bit better. You can see that it's all kinds of vine work, where they've kind of just blended it in and just done it two-tone and did a really good job on that. And then the other side, which makes sense that they wouldn't have any silver on it. It's just this one side. The other side's just the bare bones brass. And a little bit of carving into it, just to kind of fancy it up. Not really much on that side, other than that little blossom on the butt of the handle there that's done in brass. But makes sense. This would be the side that would be against their clothing, as in the little loops on there would have had like a rope type sling, so they can sling it over their neck or whatever and just wear it on their side or whatever. I haven't found any pics or anything where it shows a guy from that region wearing one of these, other than the larger size ones that are basically for a manhood type status symbol thing, and they're quite a bit bigger, wider handle, wider blade. And looked like most of the sheaths or scabbards for them or whatever were made out of leather, not metal. So that. Flip this over. See if I can get the knife out. What's crazy, I am so used to seeing old stuff like this, even in my antique stores around here, where the last owner was an idiot and tried to resharpen it or do something else horrible to it. This blade is totally intact, as in still has the tip, and it's looking rough. That's because of from having it pulled in and out of a metal sheath, scabbard or whatever. So it's kind of scratched up, and also this is probably hand pounded steel, and not going to be stainless steel either. So this probably would rust up, and there was no rust on it. I had to do nothing to the blade. The only thing that I cleaned up on it was the silver and the brass, as it was neglected. The guy never cleaned it, and the silver was starting to get that nasty black look that you see on like quarters and dimes and nickels and whatnot, to where it just starts blackening out and getting tarnished. So got some good stuff and brought out all the silver again, and just damn. The more I cleaned, the more beautiful it looked. Just amazing. Anyways, that'd be the way it would look facing down, as in it curves downwards, starts there, sharp to the tip, and then almost halfway on top on being sharp. And little tiny bit of an edge, but not much, as in it's never been resharpened. It's got the original edge that would have been on it when this thing was made, so very cool. There's some kind of symbol there that I looked up the Arabic alphabet and couldn't find anything that looked like that, so I don't know what that symbol is. It's something where I'll just keep researching and maybe find it. Don't know, but I'm figuring that's just kind of like the maker mark or whatever to say who did it. And then the handle, I thought that was a crack, but it's not. It's not splitting all the way through. It's just old, but it does have painted on lacquer, and it retains most of it. This side, which would have been against the body, a lot of the lacquer's come off, but the other side, it's still caked on there pretty good. So until it ended up with Billy Joe Henry Bob, this thing was probably taken care of really good. And because Billy Joe Henry Bob was a Bubba and probably didn't want anything in his house that wasn't made by the hands of a white man, I ended up getting this for $25. And on the bayonet, I could add a 0 to that, and that would be the low end price. On this, very low end price, as in, I should have saved the damn site so I can give you the link, but I found a site with a bunch of these for sale. Kind of an antique site that specializes in old weapons. And they had one very similar to this, as in I'd swear it was maybe the same guy that made it, or maybe somebody within that family. As in, they're not going to have them made all over. These are individual people that make them by themselves, not made in a factory or anything, so kind of hard to identify, but pretty much the only major difference was it didn't have the overlaid silver. It was just brass. About $350. And all the ones that did have silver on it on this one site, like this, not the bigger ones, all sold out. To where this must be the ones that are really sought after by collectors that have silver on them. Which, on the way it's constructed, other than really, really fancy ones to where it was made for somebody really high up there, to where every part of it is just fancy as all hell, I could definitely say this was somebody's masterpiece, or damn close. As in, that just took a lot of time. And just the stuff I do on artwork or whatever, just drawing my pictures or whatever, or doing my hand building in clay or whatever. I put a lot of time into my work, and something like this to me would be an instant migraine, trying to do all that in silver, let alone in the brass, to make it that intricate. Try and show you close up here on the knife. Is it there? Sorry that it's kind of dark, but that's the only way I can bring it out. As you can see, really, really finely carved. As in this band here, it's not just lines cut into it. The lines have lines within the lines that are in other lines, and then kind of has little blossoms and stuff carved into the lower half here that goes into the wood. Let's see, bring that in. Yeah, it's just not showing up good at all. It's all wanting to blend together. Same thing, just really beautiful. Try and get this a little bit closer here. Seems to do better if I get it darker area. So, ladies and gentlemen, do I still need to prove that my town is full of ignorant people and fools? As in, the guy probably didn't own a computer, so you could still go to the library and find a friggin' book, but that would require reading and possibly more than a kindergarten education. Was an old guy this time, not a young person, and the guy was pretty friggin' ignorant. No. What can I say, man? I can't call it luck anymore. Luck would be finding somebody that does look the stuff up and just misses on something to where the price is that low. And I had a lot of other stuff that was just way low on the price, like he just wanted to get rid of it. As in, my mom's got a really old Singer sewing machine that goes back to her grandmother, and my mom's in her 70s, so old. One of the real beautiful ones, it's black, that has all the gold paint and scroll work on it. This guy had one that looked like it hardly got used. Like maybe they were just keeping it on a shelf. I mean, keeping it. That's a new word there, keeping it. New redneck word for you. It was like they were just keeping it on a shelf, just displayed, not to use for sewing. All the paint was perfect on it. All the silver parts or whatever, just metal parts, anything on it was all perfect. It was a treadle type one to where usually they're in an actual sewing machine treadle where it's like a table, whatever, and then some of them they've taken out and have like a carry case type thing that's made out of wood or whatever. That was in great shape. And just to compare on the price, I've seen a lot of them, and the cheapest ones I've seen in my antique stores are like $125 for one that looks like it was well used. This guy only wanted $40. Only reason I didn't get it is because my mom's got one, and the reason she loves it and still uses it is because it's a family heirloom. But it's like, damn. If only I was good enough on health to where I could have myself another businessman, I'd either be a picker or just an antique store owner or something, or just have my junk store to where it's a little bit of everything, because I can make some money in this town. I could see why those two guys that do the American Picker Show, man, just have a really hard time not flipping out when they see certain items where the person has no clue. Because it's like, I have a hard time keeping a straight face when I find things like this, let alone that bayonet. The bayonet, I waited till I was close to the rear entrance of the swap meet before I flipped out and realized what I just got for $20. So, catch y'all later. Feel free to comment. I'm sure this is going to be another video that'll take forever now that I'm up to about 15 minutes. So, have a good one.